Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Pam with Tattered Paper and Lace, and I'm glad to have you here. If you have just found me, thank you for coming along, and I hope you enjoy what you see, and you will subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's a Monday, so we are doing week 41, the Margarete Miller challenge, collage challenge. And if you go to hashtag 2025 CWP 41, you will see others that are doing a collage with these same prompts. And with that, we'll go over the prompts. We need blue paper, something you love, something you find underground, something underlined, a clothing accessory, and a postal item. And as usual, I like to have all of the prompts if I can. The bonus prompt is one you can substitute for one of the others. So 5 prompts is really all you are required to use. I try to use all 6 just because it makes it a little extra challenge. Doing these on my coasters, my little round coaster collages here. So let's start. Blue paper is my background. I usually, as you know, if you've been following all along, I usually have the background done before I come see you. And this is no different. So now the something you love is chocolate covered cherries. I love chocolate covered cherries. I have always loved chocolate covered cherries. So that is the something I love. There's lots of things I love. I love to read. I love to craft. I mean, you know, there's lots of things I love, but I really love chocolate covered cherries. And it worked in with everything else I need. Something that you find underground. This is a groundhog. I believe this is a groundhog. I looked at several different animals. That was an underground burrowing animal. I believe this one is a groundhog. Something underlined. Well, this is maybe a stretch, maybe not, but the brand of chocolate covered cherries I like is the Cella's brand, and it is underlined. Its script or its font makes it be underlined at the end, you know, with the S coming down. So I'm calling that something underlined. Excuse me. So I'm calling that something underlined. And let's see. A clothing accessory. Well, first, before we get to that, let's get these down. And I have a little bit of extra to put with the groundhog because I have a little bit of... So, as you can see where I'm going with this, the groundhog is after my chocolate covered cherry. So, I am going to I have something going underneath. So, I am going to just do a little bit along the edge for my groundhog at the moment. Just there. And I'm just going to do a little bit right here. And I can do a little bit right there, but I need to leave some of that loose for another prompt. And we're going to stick that right there, just like that. Okay. Let's see, I gotta get that just a little bit better here. See if I can. There. Okay. Let's get these. Now we can I believe we can put these completely down. And we'll get my chocolate covered cherry down. So I had a small box in the refrigerator of these chocolate covered cherries. So I just copied the chocolate covered cherry off off the box. So I just, that and the name of them. I just did it on the copy machine. And I don't usually eat, I don't eat very many at a time because, well, they're very rich. And I like dark chocolate, the dark chocolate covered cherry. And this is the brand. So if you think you don't like them because they're really sweet, they are, but this brand is not as bad as Queen Anne. Queen Anne's very sweet. And this is just rich. I didn't get that on there straight, but it is what it is when we're going with it. Okay, clothing accessory we'll come back to in a minute. So then I have a postal item, and so this is a Forever postage stamp that looks like a barn, or has barn on it, a red barn. And I'm going to stick that right under here because, you know, he's on a farm. He's a groundhog, so he's on a farm. I know there's probably groundhogs not on farms, but this groundhog is on a farm, so we needed a barn. And so we are going to use this as the postal item. So this one was kind of quick and easy. This one was a little bit easier to do. Took me a minute to kind of, you know, pull it all together because, you know me, I like for them to all relate. The pieces, the parts and pieces. So we're just going to stick that right there. And then I'm going to get up the rest of this and the rest of this. So I'll go ahead and get these things down completely, and then we'll finish this off. And just let you know my very simple story that you probably can guess on this one. It took me a while to figure out that I'm always, and last week's was like, you know, something else, that's about you kind of thing. I don't know, because I'm very eclectic in what I like. I like all kinds of things. And I used to tell people, well, I still do tell people, that you didn't have to worry about what you gave me as a present because I like everything. And if I didn't even know I didn't want it, I would want it once I saw what it was, because I like everything. I'm very easily entertained and easily pleased. So anyway, we have my friends and a group of friends and a group of my friends. We're all easily entertained, so we make comment about that on occasion. Okay, so this is the guide. This is it. Now I have one more thing to add, and that is the clothing accessory. And so this is my clothing accessory, is the Santa hat. Let me see if I can get it on there right. I didn't this first go around. I think it'll stick without taping it. I mean, without gluing it. Yes, there we go. That's better. And there we are. So this groundhog, as you can see, he is anticipating this drop of goodness inside of this chocolate covered cherry. He is anticipating that to fall in his mouth. And it must be Christmas time because he has a Santa hat on. And I don't usually eat these except around Christmas time. So sometimes I get them other times, but you see them more prevalently around Christmas. So that is my collage for this week. So let's go over the prompts. Blue paper is scrapbooking paper in the background. Something you love is the chocolate covered cherries. Something you find underground is the groundhog. Something underlined is Cella's is the name of the chocolate covered cherries, or brand name. A clothing accessory is the Santa hat, and a postal item is my postage stamp with the barn on it. So there we are. That is my collage for this week. I like it. I like it. I picked this blue because it's kind of like a night sky, even though it has these, whatever these things are, but it just kind of spoke to me of a night sky. And groundhogs, I don't think they come out except at night. They're otherwise burrowed in the ground, sleeping. So, and this sort of looked like a night sky, or at dusk in this postage stamp here of the barn. So that's my collage for this week. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Again, thank you for coming. If you have been following me, I appreciate you guys so very much. Wouldn't need to even be doing this if you weren't following along and giving me some love. And if you just followed me, please leave a message. Let me know what you think about my work, and I hope you will hit the notification bell and the subscribe button to see further videos from me. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.